Oh wow, this is actually really nice. I really like how they ended up doing that. Let me just open this up real quick and let's see. Oh! Hello and welcome back to Not a Watch Snob. I am your host Bill, and I'm not a watch snob. Today we're going to be talking about the Seiko Spirit Smart Giergo SCED 043. The what? The huh? Or as you probably know it, the Seiko Ripley. This watch was made famous when the 1979 cult classic Aliens hit the big screen. This watch was adorned by our hero, Ellen Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver, throughout the entire film as she kicked real alien, forever cementing this watch as an 80s horror movie icon for the masses. Interested? Let's take a look. Alright, let's start with the presentation box, which you know I'm a huge nerd for. It comes in this cardboard, sort of felty feel box with Seiko written proudly on it in its usual shiny fashion. What really gets me going in this presentation box is the certificate of authenticity. It's so cool, and the only reason why I really like it is because it's so foreign. It's written completely in Japanese. It's even stamped in Japanese, and I just think that this gives it so much authenticity, and I really nerd out over this. And go ahead and make fun of me in the comments, but I love this certificate of authenticity. Then the disappointment comes because you open up the box and it is placed on this sandy, almost golden retriever colored pillow that just makes it seem so tacky and from it's like your grandfather's closet. I hate the pillow, but other than that, I really can't complain about this presentation. The specs are pretty cool. The entire watch is matte steel. Its movement is the Seiko 7T12. The dial is a black dial with gray and yellow markers. It doesn't have any lume, which is a huge con for me, but the crystal itself is Hardlex crystal, and the strap is a bracelet. It has a water resistance of 100 meters, and its dimensions are 40 by 42 millimeters. Its thickness is 11 millimeters, and its lug width is 18 millimeters. The crown is 4.5 millimeters push and pull, and the price is $350. The pros and cons of this watch. The first pro we're going to be talking about is it is so unique. It has a really cool backstory. It's that perfect blend of retro 80s as well as futuristic space. It also will catch anybody's attention, and then you can wow them with this amazing story about aliens and how the watch came into fruition, and really bore the shit out of anybody who will listen to you. One of the biggest cons I see on this watch is without that chrono function on the side, the watch itself is very, very tiny. Now I know 40 millimeters doesn't seem that small, but that's including the pushers. The good thing, however, about the chrono function is that it is so unique. I love the way it looks on the side there, and the chrono function itself is really beautiful. It sweeps the second hand and it keeps very, very accurate time. One of the cons that I saw about this watch is that adjusting it is the biggest pain I have ever had with a watch. Now I know I've talked about how adjusting watches can be difficult in previous videos, cough cough, my ERA, but I swear to God I know how to adjust a watch. However, this band is extra difficult. Here I'm going to show you a video on how much of a pain in the ass this is. Coming back to this watch with a pro is that the dial looks like a spaceship gauge. I really think this space / 80s look really does wonders for this dial. I think that if you look at it, it's almost like looking into the gauges on what I'd imagine as a starship. And I think it really looks cool because it's almost as if it's like a pilot's watch. The next con coming up is that the pushers are very loose. You can almost move the pushers back and forth. And I don't know if that's a design flaw or what it is, but it kind of makes it kind of give off a cheap appearance when you are pushing down the pushers. One of the pros, though, is that this bracelet doesn't pull hair. I thought for sure that this bracelet was going to be a hair puller, but it is smooth to the touch, and I guess its interlockings are what keeps it from becoming a hair puller. So, yeah, I did mention that as a con, the adjustments of this watch, but possibly there is a pro side to it as well. One of the cons that I noticed after wearing it for about a week is that the flat Hardlex crystal smudges way too easily and it just catches dust. So I find that to be extremely annoying because I'm constantly wiping it away and then my fingerprint smudges it again. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't sort of thing. Lastly, all in all, this could be a pro and a con, and that is the color. Now, the great thing about the color is that it is gold and black and white, and it just really sticks out, and it's beautiful. I think I have a fetish for almost gold and black. I don't know what that is, but the con is that this black gunmetal catches dust like there's no tomorrow, and you can see every fingerprint that has ever been touched on this watch. So I think that that can be a con in its own right. All in all, I think on the wrist it is a beautiful, beautiful watch, and I am so happy that I purchased it. Coming up next, we're going to talk about, is it worth it? So in the end, is this watch worth it? Well, for $350 to $400, I don't think so. Unless you're a huge cinebuff like me, or you like your watches like you like your women funky, also me, then honestly, this watch could be for you. However, if you're just the average watch collector and you really don't care about the movie Alien or watches throughout cinema, then truthfully, the $350 price tag is outrageous. So, all in all, I believe this watch truthfully isn't worth it. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment in the section. I'd really like to hear back from you. And again, I'm not a watch snob, and neither are you. Thank you for watching. Bye.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?